Guys, Leo here. I just wanted to go through the website real quick because that's something that needs some love very soon. Just some quick information about it. One, it's a WordPress site. It has HubSpot tied into it, so it's capturing some information and logging touches from any of our members. If you try to leave the site, well, normally it's got a little plug-in from HubSpot that whenever you try to leave, it pops up a box say, hey, why so soon or something like that, and ask you to fill in some information. When you land here, we wanted to make it clear what we do. We're very inside baseball though, so we know too much. So that's why I'm looking to, Pedal to help out with this, and also Balernum to help out with this in a big way. When we land here, we're thinking, this is Gizmo, and Gizmo's wanting to help you. Our main goal is to save you time and provide peace of mind. We're wanting the founder, the owner, the end user, the member to have more time to focus on family and church and God, and really doing, kingdom work for God. We want them to have peace of mind, that they know there's someone on their side, someone in their court wanting to help them with everything that they need help with. We don't want to get too big. Neighborhood Nerds is really the member center with inside nerds that when you walk in, you can ask them for help. The nerds are power users of technology, smart young college students primarily who really enjoy using technology. They like using their iPhone and their iPad and their Android phone and their computers and websites and services and Facebook and everything else. And that's very valuable to us. Also gaming systems, like anything that they use regularly, we want to tap into that because that's what normal people need help with. They need a nerd in their life, excuse me, to help them with those kinds of just real use case, not fixing broken things, not troubleshooting, but real just using your technology is what we want them to do. So we added, this is a non-technical group that we're marketing to, so call us. We want you to give us a phone call. You click here to join now, though we want that call to action to be very quick and easy. If they click the join now, it takes them over to a page for membership and explains what their membership is. We really need help on clearing this up to make sure you understand what your membership is as quickly as possible. That membership is about having access to power users of technology, nerds that can help you use your technology, help you make decisions about technology, and it's primarily in your presence. So it's like while you're engaged, we're helping you get the most out of it. Now we can do things when you're not available, but that costs extra money. So remote help, if you call the phone number, you'll be talking to a remote help nerd, which is also the same as an inside nerd or an outside nerd. It's just that they're on the phone and they can remote into your computer to help you out or answer questions over the phone. We also have, in addition to the inside nerds, which work in the member center, and the remote help nerds, we have outside nerds that can be dispatched to your home or office. And these are always first line, tier one type people that aren't certified. They're not IT people. They're just power users of technology that want to help you get the most out of it. And they're going to come in our statistics show about 86.7% of the time, they solve the problem because it's a normal use case issue. The power's unplugged, the USB cable's out, the switch lights are off, so the power's off to that switch. The remote is out of batteries, the thermostat is out of batteries. It's stuff like that we want to reduce the idiot tax, which a lot of people pay because they just don't know any better, because you don't know what you don't know, and you can't even start a lot of times as a normal person. So we want to communicate that the nerds are here to help, but this is not IT. We do have IT available, but we always want to send nerds out first. So don't get your expectations up that for $100 a month, you're getting, this complete and total IT support system for all of your needs. What you're getting is this first line of defense that nobody else offers, of some really smart kids that leverage our experience in the form of these Gizmo guides to give you a consistent, advice and guidance and support around using your technology. If the technology is broken, we're going to bring somebody else in. If it's not working like it's supposed to, we're going to bring somebody else in. But normally the nerds are going to be able to help most of you with most of your problems. We have over here some documents that live inside of HubSpot. If you look at these, they're down in the lower hand corner, how that URL is changing. That is Gizmo. We have the knowledge base written inside of HubSpot, and it is kb.gizmocares.com, and that's where you find it. And then these are different articles that are written there. So the why, way, what of membership, if you click that, it's going to take you over to that article, and you're going to read this about us. So you're going to try to understand who we are, what we're about. And this needs to be updated because when we wrote this, we had a different idea in mind. Now we've modified that a little more, and this needs to be improved upon. And I am available to you guys to really help you get to the bottom of this as quickly as possible. Neighborhood Nerds and Gizmo Cares, where did this come from? What's so cool about it? What's special about it? Whatever. Here, Gizmo's Circle of Care. That's something that we've talked about as we want all of the nerds everywhere to go through this kind of thought process every time they're working on a request from a member. So we want them to discover what's needed, really spend some time listening and paying attention to the member and understanding what their request is. And then we want them to build a plan. After they've completed this, we want them to plan. We want them to look at our Gizmo guides. We want them to talk to each other. We want them to figure out what is a good solution for this request that the member has. We want them to review that carefully with the member so the member understands the cost impact, the timing impact, everything else. Then we want them to implement once the member signs off on it. So once the member says, yeah, I'm cool with that, we implement it. And then we educate. We educate the member, the other nerds, about this has been changed at this member's location. And then we maintain it by building support documentation, another Gizmo guide for it that's specific to that member, but written in a way that that member can reuse it, but also future members can reuse it. So we want to build these Gizmo guides so that they're pretty granular, really, so that member could reuse it for their own purposes without having to call us again, or another member could leverage it. Gizmo's bookkeeping and analytics. I'm thinking add-on packages over here. We want to talk about those. So this is just a link to sign up for Gizmo's bookkeeping and analytics. So it takes you over here and says, if this link is for a new member. So it automatically says it's $449 because it's and then tells you it's $100 a month in addition to that. And that allows them to sign up and be put into our system. We use Paid Memberships Pro as the plugin for doing this, any of this signing up. And then, like I said, we use HubSpot. Paid Memberships Pro is talking to our Stripe account right now, so it captures all of the necessary billing information to put them into Stripe. You could read this About Us page, kind of look around the website to see what all you would want to change and why you'd want to change it. There's an error. If you click on the About link, there's a problem right there. If you click on one of the submenus of Contact Us, you'll get this information, and this is not correct anymore. We do 9 to 6 every day, Monday through Saturday now, instead of those offset hours. We have a little thing that says Meet the Owners, and it kind of talks about who the owners of Neighborhood Nerds is, and we don't have Cliff in here. We need to modify that. Meet the business team, and I think that's where Cliff lives. So Cliff is over here under the business team right now. But again, this all needs to be updated. It's very old now. Membership, like I said, this needs to be updated to reflect who we are and what we're about and what we're really selling at this point. Jobs is a cool area where we just use this. It's tied straight into HubSpot, and it is for applicants to fill this out and tell us who they are. So we can capture their name, email, phone number, desired position. Right now we're saying neighborhood nerd. This is not correct anymore. We don't have call center nerds. We have inside nerds, outside nerds, remote help nerds. You can work in the repair center. We have account manager nerds. And instead of what we decided to do is put an assistant for the account manager nerd. So account manager support nerd. and that works with the account managers. That person does, but they spend a lot more time in front of a screen with a phone headset on so that they can be able to catch calls. Remote help will be the first stop for most member requests. When the phone rings, we want the remote help nerds to capture that, because we've learned that the majority of the time a nerd can solve the problem in one touch instead of the other way around. We don't need to capture the information through an account manager and then tell nerds what to do. We saw that was a lower case. So less touches if we go directly to the nerds in the call center and they solve the problem immediately. So down here you can check these boxes. If you're very good at something, we want you to check those boxes. Tell us why you want to work for us. Tell us why we should want you to work for us. Tell us about your hobbies. Tell us about your personality profile. We direct them over to 16 personalities, ask them to complete it, and then paste back their personality profile. Tell us about your area of expertise study. So kind of the skills that you have, the experience that you have here. Upload your resume, and really describe to us what you want your work-life balance to be, because we very much care about all of our nerds, and we're cool with working with them in a way that works for them, so that they can do the stuff in life that they want to do. They can serve God and serve their community and their family. And, we're a component of that. We're helping them get life skills and make money, and hopefully teaching them, some stuff about what it's like to be, a servant of God. Blogs, we have a blog plugin where we're just, writing some articles periodically. Last one was written by Bonnie on August 19th. We're supposed to be writing at least one a month. We've fallen behind on this a little bit. Again, Gizmo Guides redirects you over to our whole knowledge base where we're putting in articles here. And it's called kb.gizmocaresinc.com because HubSpot doesn't really have a way of just like stripping this down to a URL, which would be, gizmoguides.com. We just don't have that functionality through them. So maybe we even move the Gizmo Guides away from HubSpot and let it live in another application online, another cloud-based system. If you want to log in, you click here. It's got our social media links up here. This is, again, a WordPress site running with just a template that we've leveraged for a long time. I think Mark or Tommy came up with this. It's a little bit of contact info down here. Again, some sharing. I think, no, maybe these are just, I don't know what happens when you click these. Some of them were where you could share it with people. This, I haven't been able to figure out where this is stored in the template, the copyright information, and I haven't been able to update it for a while. Then you have About Us. You have which is broken as we knew from earlier. Legal takes you over and gives you some information about us, privacy policy, terms and conditions, copyright registration, logo, trademarks. Assets takes you to a page where you have, I put this page together so that it was easier for me to share our source creative documents and materials with people that we're contracting to get work done for us. So it's just an easy way to grab some, Adobe Illustrator files here. I think most of them are Adobe Illustrator and they're zipped up, so that you can grab them and use them and have that source code to build other assets that we may need. And if we're advertising with somebody or we're marketing with somebody, this is a quick way for them to get our logo, our fonts, any of that stuff, so that they can put it in their documentation or wherever. So thank you for listening to all of this. I know it was a little longer than you anticipated, much longer than I anticipated, as usual. And this is just that we need to get the website updated and really make it work very well, very easily for people to sign up and use the website and leverage the website. Oh, here's a plugin that's part of HubSpot also. If you click this, you can actually start asking nerds for help with stuff, and it tells you who's logged into the system right now that's available to help you. So the more nerds we have, the more names would be across here, and there'd be little bubbles of all their heads, and any of them could grab this and start responding to you immediately. So that's it. Thank you for your help.